Hey guys, welcome back to Tea Time. I'm your host, Jalen. I'm here with AJ.
Hello.
Everybody. How's everyone's days going? Hope everyone's having a good we're recording today, which is January 17th, which is Martin Luther King Day. So hoping everyone's paying their respects and just having a wonderful little break. You know, some people didn't have class or school or anything or work. So I hope everyone's enjoying their time off. When we upload this will be next Tuesday, but keep an eye on our episode. We'll have it uploaded tomorrow night. So just I really liked our last episode. So I'm excited for you guys to listen to and everything. We're enjoying it so much. I think, are we technically on season 2 of the podcast?
I still have these down as season 1.
Still season 1. Okay. So I guess what would be the turning point of season 2, I guess? I mean,
once we hit 100 videos.
Okay, once we hit 100 videos, we'll be in a new season. Okay, I just noticed that we have that. If you guys go on our channel, you'll see that we have a little playlist of all our episodes in order. So then you can listen back to any episodes you want to listen to. I mean, I've had some good favorite ones in there. I mean, did you have a favorite episode, I guess, AJ, that we've recorded?
No,
you don't have a favorite?
I love all my episodes equally.
Because you edited all of them. So of course you're gonna love them. I mean, for me, I always enjoy our fun ones, but then the ones that I think my favorite episode really was the one that we talked about, like relationships. I really liked that one. I felt like and obviously my scoliosis story, I really loved. I actually had people reach out to me about it. So that was really cool. And that's why I want this type of platform to be able to share to other people and to be able to talk to others and have kind of form a connection and a bond. So thanks to all our viewers. I just wanted to give a little shout out before, we started out. But fun fact about my hair, since I want to kind of tell this story real quick. So I was at work the other day, right? And I had my hair just like this, and I had my visor on at work. And this girl was talking to me, and a lot of the people at my job at Canes are under the age of like 18, I would say. Like good majority of them are under age 18. And I'm obviously like 20, right? So this girl was talking and she was like, "How old do you think I look?" And I said, well, it was hard to see, one, because we're all wearing masks in my job, so I can't really see her face. And two, like she had her hoodie on her head and her hat, which we're not allowed to put our hoodies over our head. So she was breaking the rules, but I didn't want to say anything because I'm technically a manager. Just kidding, I'm not, but I basically should be paid. Anyways, so I said, well, you look like 17, 18. And she's like, yeah, I am like 17, 18. I forgot what age she was, but she said, yeah, she's in high school. I said, okay, cool. So I said, okay, how old do you think I look? And she was like, are you 16? I said,
I would have guessed the same thing.
You would have guessed just because the hair. It's the hair, right?
Yeah, it's the hair.
But it's a cute little hairstyle that I have. I like it. I think it's cute. It's like, I've done it before, but I've done them like higher. These are really low. I usually do them like here. But today was just not working for me. But when I was at work, I don't really like to look presentable. I just need to be at work. So I told her, I was like, no, I'm 20. And she's like, show me your ID. I said, I was like, I have my college like ID. I'm like, I'm legit. Like I go to college. Like I'm literally live 5 minutes away. Like here's my school. Like I was like, here's my class schedule. Like I'm really a college student. Like she really sat there and did not believe that I was a college student.
You should have just like low key flexed on him and told him, look me up on the track roster.
That's what I should have done, because it would have popped up as junior. Then it would have said I didn't think. See, I'm telling you, I'm not good with like clapbacks in the moment. It always hits me like afterwards. I'm like, oh, should have said that. That was a loud clap. Sorry, that's why I did it up here. But I always don't think of the things to say until like after the fact. Oh yeah, but that was just like a little funny story. But have you seen the new Spiderman movie?
Real quick. Can you turn your mic down like one notch?
Is it too loud? I'm yelling. Sorry. My bad. But no, answer the question though. Have you watched the Spider-Man movie?
Yes, I have seen the Spider-Man movie.
When did you go see it? Like when?
I think it was a week after it came out.
Oh, a week. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much, I guess the same runtime. I watched it over Christmas break. So which was like maybe a month ago. So now, it being a month out, I feel like everyone should have watched it by now. If you're not a real Spider-Man fan, or just even real like Marvel, whatever. I don't even know. DC, is it DC or Marvel? I kind of don't know.
Marvel.
Okay, I was right. I was right. I'm sorry. I don't know the difference. I'm not that deep in the fan like that type of vibe like how everyone is. But I am smart to always stay at the very end of those type of movies because they always do hint
Mhm.
them. So I did stay for the very end. So I guess I want to kind of like, I'm gonna give a heads up. We're gonna drop a little spoilers, not too much.
Now
I don't
there's
want to
gonna be
give away,
some pretty major spoilers.
but I do recommend you should have either you should have already watched the movie. If you haven't, like I said, you're a fake fan and you don't like Spider-Man. But like I said, we are gonna drop some spoilers. So we're gonna put in the description spoilers ahead because if you're gonna continue to watch this video, we're gonna drop some spoilers. So first things first, who do you think? Wait, no, let me stop. Hold on. How do we feel about this, like Spider-Man Homecoming and like Far From Home, like the other movies? Like, how did you rank them with the new movie? Like, where did you like? I guess like I don't know how I'm trying to say this.
What are you asking?
I'm just asking, like, with this movie, like on a scale of 1 to 10, how amazing did you feel this movie was compared to the other Spider-Man movies? That's what I'm trying
Uh,
to.
I think it was better than the other two.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to ask. Like, just the level of Spider, like how well it was. I honestly, did you cry at the end of it or no?
No.
Okay, well, you're heartless, of course. I should have known that answer. I did cry. Me and Marina and Kate did cry at the end of the movie. So pretty much, if you guys watched the Far From Home, it was kind of piggybacking off that. So at the end of the Far Away From Home, Mysterio dies, right?
Yes. It's
Yes.
immediately the third movie is immediately after the second one.
Yeah, that's what I'm just trying to say. It's piggybacking off. That's what I was saying. So saying that so then Spider-Man's identity got revealed. So then pretty much in this new movie that came out, that's what it really was targeting about was, Spider-Man, being a bad guy. So Spider-Man was upset of this. And so he obviously went to, oh my gosh, I can't think of his name. Oh my God. Terrible. What was his name? Who
Doctor
Spider-Man went to?
Strange.
Doctor Strange, sorry. That's why I said you're supposed to help me. Jeez, I came just time. So Spider-Man went to Doctor Strange and was like, I want to erase this pretty much. And I honestly feel like I saw some theories online and I want to know what your opinion is. Should Spider-Man have said to Doctor Strange, make everyone forget Mysterio or everyone forget Spider-Man? What's like your take on that situation? Because like people were saying online, they were like, well, Spider-Man should have just said, everyone forget Mysterio, then it would have been over with. Like, what's your
No,
opinion?
they would still know who Spider-Man is,
Yeah,
and he would still be seen as a bad guy. They just wouldn't know why.
they went. Yeah, so that's what I thought too when I was looking at I'm just saying this is TikTok
Yeah.
information, but that's like what people had as theories, just like what I was seeing, how everyone was feeling about it. So yeah, so Spider-Man was like, I'm gonna, make everyone forget, you know, forget him, right? So then I
Hmm.
think what the whole spell got messed up, and pretty much everyone in other dimensions got really involved, which I
Hmm.
thought that was a cool aspect, was bringing everyone back. And it was crazy because they brought like the real, like the people that were from the older Spider-Mans, which was the coolest moment.
It
Just
was very
seeing
cool.
all the bad guys come back. I was like, yo, like this is such like, and it's hard to like for me, for my sake, I wish I would have like I guess watched all of them in order before I watched up to this point. I do remember the other Spider-Man movies, like I remember Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, of course. Like I remember those movies, like I guess like briefly. So I wish I could have brushed it up a little bit because like in the movie there was so many hints of the older movies. So that's another thing is like if you're gonna watch the movie, even though I already gave little spoilers, you should brush up on your knowledge of Spider-Man and the other Spider-Mans that came along. Who do you feel is a great Spider-Man? Toby, Andrew, or Tom Holland? Who's like who do you feel like is your favorite or who do you think is the best? Like how do you feel about that?
I don't really have a favorite or best. They all very three distinct styles. We'll say
Yeah. Who do you
the Tobey
mm,
Maguire Spider-Man was like kind of he just seemed kind of old for
mhm.
being in someone in high school.
Yeah.
But then if you look at all the high school kids, they all look old. That's just kind of how the early 2000s movies went.
Was yeah.
Uh, but he played the like nerdy parts pretty well.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he was a really good like Peter Parker.
Yeah, Andrew Garfield though, he's like extremely witty, and that's like the one of the best parts of Spider-Man. So his lines were great, and his delivery in the lines were really good. But then Tom Holland just kind of learned from both of them.
Yeah, I feel like speaking more on Tom Holland, knowing how he is, like I guess based off his interviews and stuff, he seems so. I guess he's just excited to be there, and like
Hmm.
how he is, he's just so giddy, and like watching, like knowing him, like in like I guess older ages when he was talking about like, oh, I would love to play Spider-Man. To see him like doing it now is just really cool, and obviously, as you can see, that he takes his job very serious. So I
Yeah.
really think he did a great job knowing how Toby and how Andrew portrayed Spider-Man. He did it in a way to respect them, but in his own way, if that makes sense. Like,
Hmm.
so I think he was like a good Spider-Man. Like you said, they all have distinctive styles and they all were different. So that the moment when they all came back, like when Andrew came back and Toby came back, how are your feelings on when they all showed up in the movie? Which I was expecting them all to show up in the movie.
Yeah, I
But
thought that
how
was
was your
cool.
feeling? I think that moment was wild just to know, just like you see, oh my god, Ned was like, messing with Doctor Strange's ring, and they're like, Peter, like yelling his name, and then you just see him running. And you're like, it's Andrew. The whole theater was like, ah! Like going stupid crazy. Like that moment, like I saw so many videos on TikTok after I watched Spider-Man, but like everyone's reactions in the theater were just like insane when you just saw Andrew. And they're like, wait, prove that you're Spider-Man, and he's just like hanging on the walls and Ned's grandma. I guess that was like the best part of the movie. That was like where it got like funny to me. It was like she was really good. Like little, can you get the little spider webs off the little dust up there? And he like gets it. I was like, as I said, like you said, Andrew is witty. Like those were like witty type stuff. Like that's why they put that in there. And then you see like we try to get another Tom, and then boom, we get another Peter, and then boom, there's Tobey Maguire, which is so funny because I've seen so many videos on TikTok of like them all in the airport, and Toby is so aggressive with paparazzi. Okay, because everyone vouch
He
have
is.
y'all not seen videos of Toby just being absolutely horrendous? Like he literally like threw someone's camera down.
Yeah, well, then you leave him alone. You're just trying to chill, hang out, or
I know
whatnot.
he looks so grouchy in some of his photos. Like in the airport, he's just like looking like he just seems just like a mad old man. And it's just so funny because you got like Tom who's like like so giddy to be there, and then Andrew's like, hey, what's up? Like kind of cool, too cool for school type guy. And then you just have Toby just aggressive, just like ready to break someone's camera type vibe. So I thought that was really funny. I guess when we got towards the battle scene, that part was just, I guess, like the dopest moment in the movie.
It was
Like
super
to
cool seeing like three Spider-Men
Spider-Man's
spin
all
around.
trying to like figure out like how we do. They're all trying to like call each other's name. They're like, Peter, I mean, I thought you're Spider-Man 1, 2, and they're like all trying to figure. Okay, when they like did the whole fight scene, were you thinking in your head that meme where like they had the Spider-Mans like pointing at each other? Do you know that meme?
Yes,
They're like,
obviously.
which I think everyone was
I
thinking,
was waiting for it. I was like, eventually they're just gonna point at each
point at
other.
each other and be
I
like,
was like, it's gonna happen. It
I
didn't
wanted it
really
to
happen,
happen.
but it was pretty good.
That would have been like a little funny, like comic relief right there, just in the middle of the battle. You're like, okay, and they're just doing this. Like, that would have been so funny. I just really enjoyed the movie. If I had to rate it though, like definitely like 10 out of 10. It was like a strong movie. I think, oh, excuse me. I think the producers, director, everyone who was behind it, one, they did really try to do their best of keeping it a secret that Toby and Andrew were coming back and other people were having appearances. I think they really did try their best. Things happen and things get leaked, which really stinks because it just kind of takes away the value of the movie. I really don't like when people do that, when they kind of do house spoilers and they kind of figure, which I don't know how these people must be diehard fans. Because I want to know, how are you finding this information that gets you to like, but it's the internet, everything's out there and people are smart and
Yeah.
know how to do coding and stuff and know how to like get around all that. So for
The-
me, I'm just, oh, sorry. What are you going to say?
huh?
Were you going to say something? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say that this movie had like a lot of tiny little stuff that I really liked, especially since I'm very familiar with Spider-Man from comics and video games and other stuff.
Yeah.
So like I think one of the problems I had with the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is that they didn't do much to make him look very smart.
Mm-hmm.
And Spider-Man's supposed to be like a genius practically. I think in maybe the comics, Spider-Man's the one that figures out time travel
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And of course, he has to make his own web shooters and stuff like that. So he's supposed to be super smart.
Yeah.
But the Tobey Maguire, his webs come out of his wrist, so you don't get to see all that
See,
stuff.
the- yeah. I was gonna ask. That was my next question. I was gonna ask, was there any parts of the movie where you were like, this could have been little tweaked, you know? I was gonna ask you that, but you kind of already answered the question, kind of. So I do
Yeah.
understand that because that was a part when they were in the lab trying to like figure everything out.
Yeah, so they did fix a lot of stuff with the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield movies with
Mhm.
like when they were in the lab, they were all doing stuff. I was like, sweet, now we get to see Spider-Man be extremely
Very
smart,
smart.
but
Yeah.
the other Spider-Man be smart because you didn't get to see a whole lot of that.
I see. That's what I was gonna ask. That's what I just thought it was just what I really like I said, I do wish I was more I guess because like I said, when I was at the movie theaters with like Kate and Marina, where they are more diehard Marvel fans and who were diehard Spider-Man fans that already watched it. For someone in my case, where like I'm not, I was like, okay, when watching the movie, when I was seeing all the people like have their cameos and coming in, I recognized them, of course. I was like, oh, like I remember, but like the small little details were certain things where I was like, oh, like I wasn't catching everything, if that makes sense. So
Hmm.
I think with these type of movies that you go see, especially when they're like trilogies of some things, you need to like kind of do your history on certain movies when they are trying to make, I guess, like, you know, remakes of things, because there are so many Spider-Mans. I mean, I don't know what movie this is technically. I mean, each Spider-Man was different, of course, but each one did have, that last one had all the references. So if you didn't grow up watching Spider-Man, it was going to be a hard movie to follow. You know,
Hmm.
that's how I feel. But I mean, like I said, you are a diehard fan, so you understood every little moment that was coming in.
Yeah.
So for my sake, there was, like I said, there was moments in the movie I was like, who is this guy? Like I don't remember him. But there was moments where oh, like yeah, it's all clicking. So I feel like towards the end of the movie, I don't know why I hated the ending. And I'm a lot of movies, I don't like how things end sometimes. But I feel like this ending was just so, I don't know how I felt about it. It was just okay. So like I said, spoilers. At the end of the movie, Doctor Strange was gonna fix the whole spell, right?
Hmm.
And he was pretty much going to erase every bit memory from everybody in the world about like the real, like the Peter Parker in that dimension, pretty much,
Hmm.
and everybody around. So I guess that moment that happened, and then you know MJ and Ned and everybody forgot him. It was that moment. Just I don't know. That just sucked. I don't know. I just I did not know the reason why this had to happen. I mean, of course, I understand the spell was getting out of control, but it was just such a sucky moment.
Yeah, they had to finish the spell.
Yeah, I know they had to finish it, and then like obviously he tried to go to like what's his name, Sparks Industry. You know, they didn't recognize him, so he had to make his own suit. And I was just like sitting there, I was just like, is this how they're gonna end the movie? Like that's it. Like we're not Tom, like Peter's not even gonna try to like nothing. Do you think that was the end of all the Spider-Man movies? Or
What do you mean he's not going to try?
well, I mean, like so then obviously he went to the diner and saw MJ and saw Ned and was gonna say something, but he like kind of retracted and didn't say because he noticed that their life was going pretty well without him.
Hmm.
But as you can see, I think someone said on TikTok that she was wearing something or had like a scratch from like obviously like you know she had the scar from the battle and everything.
Hmm.
And so I think I don't know. That's why I said, do you think there's going to be another movie after how it ended, or is that
From the
or
Tom Holland Spider-Man?
yeah, or are we done? Do you think we're done with it?
Maybe. I think they could do another movie. It probably won't be how people want it to be.
Yeah,
Because if they do another movie, I doubt it'll be about um Peter Parker trying to reconnect with his friends.
friends.
It'll
Yeah,
probably be mainly about Spider-Man trying to tap into the multiverse
which would be really
because
cool.
now he knows it exists and all that
Mhm.
stuff.
That is true. So I can see that it won't be exactly what the audience wants, but it can still kind of progress with the story moving forward.
Hmm.
So I do agree on that. Oh, I didn't even mention the best part of the movie when the three Spider-Mans were all fighting, and the part where MJ fell off the building and Andrew
Yeah, see,
saved.
that's what I'm saying. They fixed a lot of stuff with the
They did
other.
fix, and that was a really good moment because the audience in the crowd were going crazy. Because no, like I said, if you watch those movies, you remember that ending of the movie, and you remember that part where Andrew Garfield was, in a battle, and his MJ Gwen was there,
Let's say,
and
yeah, Gwen.
yeah, yeah, I know. I was saying his MJ. I was saying that, but like I knew her
Yeah.
name. But when she fell off that building, he tried to catch her, and then she just smacked her head, which was wild.
Yeah,
Thinking
it's
of
pretty violent. It was like
yeah,
it is
violent
a very
death.
violent death. Yes.
After I watched the newest Spider-Man, I watched all of the other ones like kind of like in a like not I watched them in snippets. Like it was like a hour 30-minute movie summarizing all the Spider-Mans. So I
Mm.
watched that part when she died and I was like, why do they make it so like violent and aggressive? Like why did she have like smack her head on the pavement type vibe? Like I was like, I didn't really like that. I hated how like they kind of like ended off her character, which was really sucky. And she didn't deserve that. Emma Stone's great. She's such a great, great actress. Love her. Literally love her. But it was just like the way they kind of like killed her off was just kind of like, ugh, like left a bad taste in your mouth. So him making up for that was just like, I guess such a pivotal moment in the movie was like, oh my God, like they're finally fixing things in the past, I guess, dimensions in a certain way. Him getting that moment where he was like, I saved the girl, that moment. That's why he did cry when he picked her up. I was like, oh my God.
Hmm.
That's why I started crying. That's when I kind of was like tearing up. I was like, oh shit, like, oh my God, like, oh my God, like he saved her. Like, oh my God, like this is such a great moment. That's why I said I did cry. And like I said, I did cry at the end when he went and go see MJ and Ned, and they were like, they didn't recognize him, of course, but I was like, and then he sewed his own suit, and I was like, oh my God, this is the end of him. Like no one knows him anymore. Like he's just a regular old Spider-Man with nobody with him. So
What do you mean?
I
He's a
don't see.
genius.
Yeah, well
He can
that too.
figure stuff
Yeah,
out.
you can make new friends, but
That's not exactly.
I know. But I just love
That's
Zendaya, so I don't see them making another movie. But who knows? So like, let's talk about the credits, I guess, towards the end of the movie. So we kind of got the Venom kind of little cameo,
hmm.
which I went to go see Venom Let There Be Carnage. So I watched that and I remember seeing that at the end of that movie where he was looking at the TV and seeing Spider-Man. I just want to know what are we going to get out of that? That's what I'm curious to see. So I guess would that be more based on like a Venom timeline, I guess, or like what? Like I guess are we going to see Tom Holland in a different movie?
That's what
But
I'm
like
saying. Like that would be the next movie is where Tom Holland
yeah,
taps in the multiverse,
Earth.
and
Mhm.
that's where we can see Venom and maybe Andrew Garfield again, or
Yeah,
different types of Spider-Man because there's always Spider Gwen. Um,
like multi of them. Like I see what
yeah,
you mean.
I don't.
Like the
There's tons and tons of Spider-Man throughout the comics, and then
yeah.
even in the Miles Morales, that's another
Yeah, yes,
Spider-Man.
I was gonna bring him up. The animation version. That I'm glad that you said that. So Sam likes to play Spider-Man on PlayStation, and I've been
Mhm.
watching him play it. And first off, like I said, I did not know certain people in the comics. What was her name? Oh my gosh. She's like black something. She's like a cat or something. Catwoman. Catwoman. That was her name, I think. No, or that's not her name. She's in a comic and she was Spider-Man's love interest in a comic book. Oh my gosh. Don't remember her name. She wore a black cat suit. I don't know if you don't know this name. This not popping up in your name in your head with
No.
the comic. I would just say like you saying there's different Spider-Mans in each multiverse, like you were saying.
Mhm.
So I was saying like in the Spider-Man game, you can see the different Spider-Mans coming in. So
Mhm.
Miles was in the video game. So I'm hoping they can bring that into the movie because I would love to see a black Spider-Man.
Have you seen Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, I did, but it's
Oh, okay.
animation.
Yeah.
I want to see a live action
No, I
version.
know. I was just saying like that's I think they would do something similar to that, but live action.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would be really cool. Because like I said, I would love to see a black Spider-Man. That'd just be dope. bring some color and bring some flavor. I loved Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I really enjoyed that. I watched it on Netflix and I loved it. So that's why I said I'm hoping to see like that type of cameo, like moving forward with the Spider-Man, like, universe, let's do more with it. So like I said, I'm not really into like Marvel and DC kind of stuff. And like I said, I don't watch a lot of these type of movies, but I do rate it well. And I do encourage people to go watch it because it was a good movie. Like I said, the only other movie that I watched in Marvel was Black Panther, which
You haven't seen
RIP.
any other Marvel movie?
Okay, throw me a name and then I'll tell you if I've seen it.
Iron Man,
No,
Captain America,
kinda, not really. No,
Doctor Strange.
no, I'm not seeing Doctor Strange. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm not a true fan. I'm not a true yeah.
Captain Marvel.
Who?
That's understandable.
Okay, good. Okay, you made that up, right? Was that a makeup?
Huh?
Was that made up? Like a made up name?
No. That's a real. It just wasn't.
It wasn't
great.
relevant.
It was okay.
It was a bad movie. Okay. I was like, is he trying to like? I thought you were trying to like catch me.
Ant-Man.
Like, oh, I heard about Ant-Man. Never watched it.
What?
Like him being like tiny? Yeah. I've heard of it. Never watched it. Like I said, the only other is Black Panther's Marvel, right?
Yes, Black Panther's Marvel.
Okay, so like I said, that's the only Marvel movie.
Thor. What about Thor?
No, haven't seen Thor.
Yeah, they're mid.
Yeah, okay. So you've seen all these movies? Like for real? Aren't they long?
I've seen all these movies.
They're long. That's why I don't watch them. They're like 2 hours long. I'm not gonna lie. If I get bored, I'm gonna fall asleep. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm so sorry. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman. But when I watched it the first time of Black Panther, mind you, I had track practice before, and my mom was like, "Let's go see Black Panther," and I was like, "Okay, cool." I fell asleep at the end of the movie, and I don't remember it. But then I went to go rewatch it, and then I really enjoyed it. But I try to watch like Captain America because I had a friend that liked Captain America, so I was like, "I'm gonna watch it." Fell asleep during the movie because I wasn't interested. You know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of grab my attention early during movies, and that's how you kind of keep me going. But when you tell me, it's really hard for me to watch. The only long movie I really was like sitting there like on the edge of my seat was like Notebook. I'm more into like romantic comics, like type movies. And Notebook was something I was like, oh, I gotta keep watching this. Like this is interesting. That's the kind of stuff I like. You got to catch me at the beginning, and then I'll stay along. But then, like Tom Holland being in Spider-Man, that's why I watched all of them, because it's Tom Holland. I love Tom Holland. So that's the only reason why I watched any of the Spider-Mans. If it was anybody else, I probably wouldn't have watched them.
Wow.
And Zendaya was in it, okay? Zendaya? Oh my gosh.
What do you didn't watch any other Marvel movies?
Is there any others that we missed? Or did you name all of them?
Any of the Avengers movies?
I saw Infinity War. Is that the one? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That one. And I watched half of Endgame.
Okay.
Like I said, I fell asleep. So.
Black Widow. Did you watch Black Widow?
No, I've never seen Black Widow.
That one's mid.
That one's mid.
I'm trying to think. Oh, there's also Eternals, which was not great.
Isn't there like a Wonder Woman? Wonder Woman. I heard of that one.
No.
Is that bad? It's not good?
Marvel.
That's not Marvel? Oh, that's DC. See, that's what I'm saying. That brings me to my next question. Can we explain what's DC and what's Marvel? Like, why are they separate? I don't understand that part. Explain that to me real quick.
That's like saying, why does Walmart and why does Target exist? They're just two different companies.
Two different companies. Okay. So what's DC? Tell me who's in the DC universe.
Batman, Green Lantern. Is Green Lantern? Yes.
Don't ask
Wonder
me.
Woman, Superman.
It's Wonder Woman. Okay, Superman.
Flash.
Okay, I've seen Flash. Okay, that's good. I know more DC than I feel like I know Marvel. And I know Batman because I've seen Batman movies. See, I think I know more of DC than I do Marvel.
But which Batman movies have you seen?
Okay, see, when you ask me that question, I don't remember. But I feel like I've seen the Batman movie.
Because there's a lot of Batman movies.
And yeah, and see, when you say that, I can't pinpoint which one.
Who was Batman? Okay.
I don't want to say his name because I feel like I'm going to be way off.
Just
but was Tom Hanks Spider-Man once? Or that was that dumb?
Did you say Spider-Man?
No, I mean Batman.
Batman? I'm actually gonna look that up. I don't think so.
Please fact check me, but I feel like I'm wrong. But I feel like Tom Hanks would just be someone that would play Batman. I've seen the Joker, like his own movies. I watched that on HBO Max. I really liked it.
Tom Hanks was not Batman.
Oh, that was really bad. Who was Batman then? Because I was way off then.
It depends on which
Which
Batman you're
movie?
talking about.
See, and how many Batman movies are there?
I have to look that up.
Is Catwoman in DC like Halle Berry? Nope, that's probably not
Yeah,
even related to. She is?
that's DC, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I seen the Catwoman movie. Love that. Love Halle Berry. Oh my god, that movie's so good. Love
You
it.
liked that movie?
Yeah, I liked Catwoman. You didn't like
Okay.
Catwoman? That
Now
was a
now your standard for
no, the one with Halle
superhero
Berry. I
movies
think
is just
was that Halle Berry? Was it Halle? Let me look up Catwoman. Yeah, that was Halle Berry that was in that movie. I
Michael Keaton was Batman,
like I don't
Christian
even know.
Bale, and Ben Affleck. I think those are the three
Yeah, definitely
more recent
don't
ones.
know her. Yeah. Catwoman. Yeah. This was the movie with Halle Berry. Came
Yeah,
out in 2004.
I wasn't denying she wasn't Catwoman. I was
No, I
saying
was I was
not
trying
a
to
good movie.
no, I was trying to make sure I was right. I was
Oh,
checking my
okay.
facts, not yours. Well, that was a good movie. I loved it. Halle Berry looked great in that movie. Oh my god. Harley Quinn. I've seen all the little movies that she has,
Oh,
like Birds of Prey. I
eh,
liked that. I thought that
that
was
was
fun.
okay.
All women's cast. That was like fun. I thought that was cool. But like I said, I don't know the difference between Marvel and DC. But like for your sake, since you know, who is your favorite Marvel character and why do you like them?
My favorite Marvel character
Yeah.
right now?
Oh, you have a right now favorite? I guess
Well,
I'm
because
more
they
like all.
change over time.
Oh, do they really? So you don't have an all time favorite, like who will never change for you?
No, I'm not that into
You're
comic
not
books or
12. That's
superheroes.
what you're trying to say, right? You're not 12. Okay, because if we were
Yeah.
12, I asked you this question, you'd be like, different answer.
Probably still wouldn't. I've never been like super into superhero stuff.
Oh, Sam has a favorite Marvel and DC. I asked him, but I don't remember them. But I'm just asking who is your favorite Marvel character? I guess let's do it based off the movies. Let's do that. Based off the movies, who's your favorite?
Oh,
What's your
based off the
favorite?
movies?
Yeah,
Let's
let's do
see.
that.
I think one of my favorite Marvel movies was the Captain America Winter Soldier. So it's the
Okay.
second Captain America movie. My
Mhm.
favorite because it has the best fight scenes, very well choreographed, and it's just a pretty good story. Very like intense the entire time.
I feel like that's on Netflix, but like I said, I don't remember. Now, what about your
Probably
I
on
think
Disney Plus.
probably because there is like a little deal that Disney's doing with Marvel type thing.
Hmm.
What about your favorite DC movie?
The Christian Bale Batman. So
Christian Bale.
that's like the Dark Knight series.
Oh, I feel like I've heard of these names. I'm saying,
Hmm.
see, stuff is like ringing in my head, and how Batman is, and it's starting to ring in my head. See, that's yeah. Like I said, I'm also not into superheroes either. So, like I said, I never really was like, let me go on my way to watch these movies. You know me, I grew up pink rainbows and Barbies, so
I
I
don't know.
can,
I'm more just like into movies. So if they have a
yeah,
superhero movie, I'll watch it. And if I need a little bit of background information, I'll look it up. But
I'll watch it. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not into super movies, but like I said, if it's like certain actors or something in it, I'll go watch. Like I said, that's the only reason why I watched the Spider-Man movies was because of Tom Holland and Zendaya. I'm a big Zendaya fan. Love pretty much almost every movie or show she was been in. So I've been just a big fan of her. So it was just cool, like I said, to see her. And you know what? That just reminds me of watching like Euphoria currently right now.
Hmm.
Watching how she is in Spider-Man, how she is in Euphoria. It's such a cool transition. And I really do want to give props to all like actors and actresses to be able to handle those type of things. Cause like in like superhero movies, you're obviously different, but the kind of movies Zendaya's doing right now or show she's doing with Euphoria, it has more of like, I guess, serious topics. To see
Hmm.
her portray that and then on top of that doing the Spider-Man movie, that's a lot to deal with. And also big props to like directors and producers and even the writers. You guys
But
are
only the
great.
good ones. Only
Yeah.
props to the good ones.
Only the good ones that come with the 5-star type movies. Like in Rotten Tomatoes, it has to be you have to be above 7 to be props.
You
Like
use Rotten Tomatoes
no,
as
I was
the
just using that for
reviews.
example.
Wow.
What do you use?
I don't know. I don't look up reviews. I just form my own
Well,
opinions.
true. Okay. Well, I'm just saying those who are good writers, like John Krasinski, I think that's his name.
Hmm.
Quiet Place. Great movies. That's what I'm saying. I love writers who just like can sit back and be like, okay, what would the audience kind of like want to see type vibe? Like be the audience type thing. I like John and those Quiet Place movies that he did write. And I thought that was just super cool. Super cool. And those are like top tier type movies. I'm not a big fan of jump scare horror movie type things, but I'm telling you, I think they need a like preference with Quiet Place that people don't need to buy popcorn or buy no drinks. Don't buy nothing. Just be starving in the movie theater.
Don't hold
And
anything.
just don't hold anything. Cause I think if it was more quiet in the theaters, you would get more of like but I was scared the whole time, not even gonna lie. But like I'm saying, people who are good writers and who are good directors, like people like directors of like photography, people who shoot it, like thinking of the shots and thinking of how the action can flow. Like, what was one of the movies? Oh my god. Oh, like for the Forever Purge. I like to watch behind the scenes of certain things. So the Forever Purge that came out recently, in 2020, like one, the shot selections on how they did things. They did a lot of things were one takes that were just a minute, and you had people switching cameras. Like that stuff to me are so cool. I love behind the scenes of any type of movie and seeing how it came to life and seeing people's pictures are just really cool to me, to be honest.
What's that war movie where a guy
One,
has to like deliver a message across no man's land? It's like
oh my god, I don't even know what you're talking about.
uh God, I have no idea what it's called. Uh
But while AJ's looking that up, I was just saying, like I said, I love to watch movies that just have beautiful shots. Beautiful
1917.
1917. There you go.
Have you seen 1917?
No,
Oh my God, it is so good.
well, I need to watch it. Oh, you know who another good director
It's
writer is? Jordan Peele.
oh yeah, he is.
Amazing, amazing
Uh
director.
so 1917, because
Hmm.
you were talking about the whole one take on some
Yeah,
things. 1917 is supposed to follow uh, a boy's journey through like a battle and stuff on
yeah.
his own. And I think it takes place over like 2 days and one night.
Mm.
But just the way they use cuts and uh creative shots, it all looks like one take.
Yeah, and that's super. And they know how to hide those cuts, which is just,
Hmm.
that just shows the talent that people have that are just super cool. Just knowing me, I'm in that field. I am in that major. I'm learning that kind of stuff. Well, I was learning that kind of stuff, but just knowing that type of work is just, it's really cool. Even to people who are like small creators, like those who do make short films,
Hmm.
props to you. That's something that no one could take away from you. Your creative mind. Like I would love to be able to do stuff like that. I used to, let me say past tense. Like I said, I say I still am. I am someone that does like to put things to visual. And like I do have to be something that needs to be hands-on type of person. So for my sake, if I was a director, I would be or a producer, I would be almost probably there every shot because I want to be there to see how it's playing out. Like I said earlier, Jordan Peele is another good example who has produced great movies like The Candyman. I need to go see that. I need to go find it or I can watch it because I was watching like this channel called Dead Meat and it does kill counts and they did a
Hmm.
kill count of that movie and watching the score and watching like cool things like they did this thing where they did like flashbacks and they use puppets like
Hmm.
puppetry and it's so beautiful like stuff like that like Jordan Peele does a great job of making things like beautiful, especially when he does
Yeah.
like social issue stuff. He makes things beautiful. And like I said, big props to those who do that for a living because that's amazing. And you're making us as the audience so happy and so intrigued to watch what you can do next. Like what's next for your career. But yeah, that's pretty much like I said, I just love movies. Movies are great. I'm
Now,
glad
what
that we have
about animated movies?
animated movies. How do I feel about I love Disney. Okay. Disney.
That's not
um,
Disney isn't the only people that make animated movies.
I
Are
know
those
they're
the
not
only
the only.
animated movies you watch?
growing up, that was what I was growing
No,
up
I
on.
mean now. Do you still watch animated movies?
Do I still watch animated movies now? No, I guess the only real animated movie I watched
What?
was the Spider-Man in the Spider-Man verse. That was the last animated movie. I mean, I haven't really seen any. I guess I just haven't been like on the lookout of any. And what's the most recent animated movie you watched or show or whatever?
I rewatched The Boy and the Beast not too long
Hmm.
ago. That's kind of an old animated movie.
Hmm.
Oh, me and my mom watched Violet Evergarden, which is an anime on Netflix. 10 out of 10, highly recommend.
Yeah.
She loved it. She thought it was a little weird because she's like, this is a cartoon. And then people are losing their arms. She's like, this is not a cartoon. This is
Like, psych. This is PG-13, mom.
yeah. So I just like I said, I just like movies, shows. Any way someone can tell a story,
Yeah.
I'll find a way to watch it.
And animations are really beautiful, and the things they have to do,
Yes.
they are super. And like I said, yes, I did grow up just mainly watching Disney, and that was animation pretty much what I was around. But I guess for me, with the princesses, like I wasn't the typical girl who was like, oh, I like Cinderella, I like Belle. Like I didn't like those princesses just based on like what they stand for. Like those are really old, of course. Those are like obviously in like the 30s, 40s, 50s, like old times.
Hmm.
But I respect the ones that are up now, like Princess Tiana. Like that came out in 2010. Mulan, like those ones, like and like I never really watched Moana, but like the updated princesses, I respect those girls more because I feel like their stories were, I guess, to me better. They weren't
Hmm.
just all like, I'm trying to get a man and this is what my purpose is. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
those princesses had a different purpose, like with Mulan, fighting for China. Princess Tiana was her goal was to get, her own little shop, like her own not bakery. I want to call it bakery, but her own like, restaurant. That's what I was trying to say, restaurant. And that was her goal. Like that kind of stuff, what I think Disney needs or Disney's trying to do, and what
Yeah.
any movies or shows. I like movies and shows that have lessons, like life lessons in them. Really, if
Hmm.
I watch the movie and I'm like, wow, I learned something today. I enjoyed those too, and like you said, also ones that do have a beautiful story behind it as well. So, respect to movies. Thank goodness that we have movies because without movie or TV shows, I don't think that we would be able to operate in this world. To be honest, because then I mean, obviously music. Yeah, music's also. But like I said, things that are entertaining to us, I don't know. This world would be so bleak. So
Hmm.
thank you to all of people who love to create, just like us in this podcast. So with that in mind, I just want to thank everybody listening to Tea Time. Thanks to all our new viewers and to our returning viewers. And I hope everyone has a great night. So this has been Tea Time. Clink.
Like
Bye, guys.